where did you actually see this intruder?
Well, I didn't see him. Not properly. I just caught a glimpse of him.
What? Out in the yard?
Yes.
So what was he doing?
Oh, just moving around out there.
Well, can you describe him?
Well, no. I told you, I only caught a glimpse of him. No, in this area. It frightened me.
And all this happened, what, about an hour ago, yeah?
Yeah.
How about your staff? Did they see or hear anything?
What staff? I can't afford full-time staff these days. There's a girl who comes in. Well, perhaps I'm not the only one. Other people round here might have reported seeing him.
No, I don't think so, love. We've heard nothing.
You mean it's only me he's interested in?
We don't even know if there is anyone yet, do we, eh? I'll take a look around outside, OK?
What's wrong?
Nothing wrong, sir.
No, I thought I'd go up the A10. Do a right at Waltham Cross. Yeah, sure. No, not you.
Right, ladies, I think that's just about everything.
Nothing?
Sorry to disturb your breakfast.
Yeah, sorry about this. This is a complete waste of time. Did you speak to any of the guests?
Yeah, the ones that were up early. They didn't see anything.
I hate places like this.
Seen worse.
They're for lonely people. Lonely people depress me. I'm not joking. I mean it. So let's wrap this up and get back on patrol, eh? Mrs. Strafford? Mrs. Strafford, we've had a good look around both inside and out, and there's no sign of anybody having tried to break in here.
Oh.
Apart from which, you seem to have a very good security system.
Well, that's not going to stop anyone, is it? Not if they've made up their minds to break in and do something terrible, not if they're determined.
Mrs. Strafford, is it possible that one of your guests could have been out in the yard this morning?
Doing what?
I don't know, taking a walk, getting a breath of fresh air?
Why would they want to go out there? It's just a backyard, and it's for staff only.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid without some kind of positive sighting, this is about all we can do for the time being.
All you can do. Well, supposing he comes back.
Don't worry. We'll keep an eye on the place.
No, you won't. You never do.
Mrs. Strafford...
I'm sorry, I have to help out downstairs.
Let's get out of here, shall we?
George, what's going on?
Nothing for you to worry about, Ron.
What do you mean, nothing for me to worry about?
It's all been taken care of. Come on, Rick.
Hang on, this is my home beat.
Oh, is that what they call it?
We had a call, reporting an intruder.
So why wasn't I informed?
Well, because you're never around first thing in the morning, are you, Ron? Not these days.
So what? As home beat officer for this area, I use the hours that work best.
Best for who? Yourself?
Now, wait a minute, George.
Look, we've checked the place out. It's all secure, and the owner's the only one who said she saw anything anyway.
Yeah, if she saw anything, why don't we just give it a blank?
Where's Dorothy now?
Who?
Mrs. Strafford.
She's inside.
So it's Dorothy, is it?
She's downstairs.
Thanks.
Ron and Dorothy, eh? They make a good pair with names like that. Down at Palais, bit of old-time dancing.
You saw this man again, did you?
I saw something.
Outside?
Yeah. So where were you?
Sorry?
When I rang Sun Hill, they said you weren't on duty yet.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Marvellous. They send those two instead. A lot of good they are.
Dorothy, listen.
They treated me like an idiot, as if they had more important things to do than worry about me. It's the police all over, isn't it? I mean, look what happened last time.
Well, that's why I come to see you when I can. It's all part of my job.
What is?
Letting you know that things are being done.
What things? Nothing's being done. I'm supposed to be in business. That's what I've worked hard for over the years. Now look at me.
Have you thought of having a word with your GP?
Have I what?
Well, I mean, if you're feeling a bit depressed.
Have you got any more bright ideas? I'm not depressed. I'm not imagining it. There's someone out there watching me, and that scares me. Anyway, I'm glad you came.
What are you doing here, Ron? I thought you'd be getting a free breakfast up the Kersham.
No, not me.
No? So, what do you get there for free?
Hey.
Oh, nice-looking woman. About the right sort of age for you. I mean, you're on first-name terms, right?
Move along, will ya?
Make the time wasters pay for wasting time. That's what I always say.
Yeah, well, you always did open your mouth without thinking first, George. Mrs. Strafford is not a time waster.
Oh, no. Well, she wasted my time. She ought to be done for it.
Just get your facts right for a change, son, OK?
What facts?
She was broken into about 3.5 months ago. She was given a very bad time. But then you wouldn't know about that, would you, son?
No, Ron, you're right. I wouldn't know about that.
You take the public in terms of everyday investigation. We never think of a victim, only as a witness.
Who's we?
Well, the majority of coppers.
So you want to change all that then, do you?
No, sir.
Good.
I'd stand no chance of changing it. Anyway, I'm too long in the tooth to be a pioneer, but I do want to provide a decent backup for injured parties on my home beat.
I seem to remember you being Jack the Lad, a bit swift. I think I preferred you that way.
Oh, thanks.
Well, at least I knew where I was. This break-in at the Kersham 3 months ago, who was the investigating officer?
Tosh Lines.
A guest house in the Bullbeck Road area. Didn't she have the place properly secured?
Yeah, only she had the builders working outside at the time. They left the front door open, someone got in and broke into the lady's private apartment. They didn't just thieve it, sir. They wrecked the place, violated it. She never got over what happened.
She live alone, this Mrs.
Strafford.
Strafford?
Yeah, apart from her guess, yeah, she's divorced.
Oh. So what's your involvement?
My involvement? The woman's on my beat. She's depressed.
Sir?
Almost every day she reports seeing an intruder.
Inside the premises?
No, outside. So I usually deal with it. She always asks for me. Only this morning I wasn't available, so someone else was called. That's my involvement. It could all be in her mind. Just her guaranteeing some kind of follow-up. Any kind. Reassurance, if you like.
Yeah. Is that from the police in general or just you?
From the police, of course, sir. Why?
Because that's the kind of problem you're going to have to face when you start playing Village Bobby in the smoke.
What is?
All that loneliness out there. All those people with no one to speak to but themselves, especially in guest houses. It could be that you've become her champion.
What?
And maybe that's the way you like it.
You know, talking with Mr. Conway is like wrestling with a goat. So, where's your driver?
I'm on my own for the rest of the shift.
Dorothy, you know, Mrs. Strafford. What do you think of her?
She seemed to be in a bit of a state. All right state.
Yeah, she is. Mr. Conway was going on about loneliness.
Was he?
Yeah, well, you know what he's like when he does his I've seen it all bit. But you know something? I've been married for 24 years and I still get lonely sometimes. At home, that is. Mind you, kids would have helped. They'd be grown up now, sort of mates. But my wife never wanted kids. Anyway, you know, there's something to be said for guest houses. Do you know that?
No.
Oh, yeah. If they're run properly and in the right part of the world. Of course, a lot of coppers have a go at running pubs when they retire from the force. But I've always fancied a guest house. By the sea. Proper one, you know, ensuite bathrooms, nice little bar, sort you can have a good natter in. Yeah. And good guests. Not them walking wallies with their anoraks and bobble hats.
Ron, I really have to go.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Ron, there's been a call for you from the Kersham. Something else has happened, apparently. But Dorothy only wants to see you. No one else.
The Kersham guest house?
Yeah, on Bullbeck Road. They had a break-in about 3.5 months ago.
That's right, sir. Me and Mike dealt with it.
But nothing came of it.
No, but then I seem to remember there wasn't a great deal of evidence to go on.
What was stolen?
Nothing of importance. It was more of a wrecking job on the owner's flat.
Mrs. Strafford.
Yeah.
What's she like?
Odd.
How do you mean odd?
Oh, she kept ringing me afterwards, day and night. Wanted me to go round there.
Did you?
No. I had a feeling that once you got through her front door, she wouldn't let you go. Cheers, mate. I mean, the whole thing about the break-in didn't feel right, didn't smell right. Oh, it could have been wrong, of course. I mean, All break-ins aren't the same.
How did this case feel to you then?
What, instinct alone?
Yeah.
I felt it was a domestic. As if whoever did it knew what to take, knew what to smash up. I mean, none of the guest rooms were touched.
OK, thanks, Tush. Eileen, could you get me to the local magistrate's court, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Hello. Licensing, please. Thank you. Hello, Andy. Yeah, Derek Conway. Yeah, how are you? Look, could you do me a favour? Could you look through your registers? I'm doing a check on a hotel-cum-guest house called the Kersham. Yeah, on Bulbeck Road. Yeah. Proprietor, Mrs. Dorothy Elizabeth Strafford.
So, I thought we'd better let you know. To keep her quiet, if nothing else.
Let me know about what?
The man in number 5 on the back stair.
What about him?
Well, he's never here.
What's wrong now?
Nothing's wrong, Mr. Watt.
This man, has he caused any trouble?
No? How can he if he's never here?
Well, what am I supposed to be looking at?
Well, there's nothing in here, is there? Except a few bits and pieces.
What's the name of this guest?
His name's Harris.
Mrs. Stratford!
Coming! Can you look up? Yes, Mr. Watt.
So, this Mr. Harris, how long's he been here?
For ages. Before I started working here.
When was the last time you saw him?
Oh, I've never seen him. That's why I thought, well, while you people are here investigating things, I better mention it, just in case.
Just in case of what? I mean, if someone wants to rent a room and hardly ever use it, that's their business.
But they say we should report anything suspicious, don't they?
Who's they?
You, the police. 'Cause of terrorists and that. And if someone's been hanging around outside.
Have you seen someone?
No.
There's too many wicked people in the world.
You don't have to tell me, Pop. I've met a few.
Funny lot of people, too. Especially in this place.
What do you mean? Funny?
Well, funny. Peculiar. Odd. Won't talk to you. You talk to them, they won't talk to you. Nobody can be bothered to have a conversation nowadays, can they? Nobody stays here very long. Always coming and going. You never get to know anybody, not properly.
Do you mind if I take a look at your register?
No, of course not. Why?
The man in room 5. I'd like to know more about him.
Pays his rent regularly. That's all I'm worried about. You locked room 5? Yes, Mrs. Stratford.
So, how does he pay his rent regularly, then?
Who?
This Mr. Harris. I mean, if you hardly ever see him.
Well, if I'm not around, he puts the money in an envelope and leaves it there, in the rack.
Can you describe this man to me?
Well, I thought I saw someone.
Doing what?
I don't know, sort of a movement, like someone climbing or dropping off a wall. I only half saw it, then when I turned to take a proper look, there was nothing. Anyway, I've searched the whole area. I couldn't see anything. Here we are, back door of the coach room.
What was that?
Not you lot again. What's the matter with this place?
What are you doing here, sir?
What am I doing here? I'm a guest, pal. That's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get in through the back. Oh, come on now. You don't think I'm trying to break into this dump, do you? I don't need to. I've got a key.
To the front door, yes, but not to the back door.
Yeah, well, I'm parked round the back, aren't I?
Where?
Service area around the corner. I figured it'd be a lot safer than leaving it on the street. Only I was wrong, wasn't I? Someone's walked off with me hubcaps, nicked all 4 of them. And there's me due at a business meeting, an important one. How am I going to ring any bells with no hubcaps?
Show us, please, sir.
My pleasure. Thank you.
So, whoever it is outside, you haven't found him yet.
No, we're still looking into it.
Looking into it.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Look, I'm going to need Andy and Theo to take a look at my car.
Yes, well... I need to get away from here. This area was bad enough when I first come here 10 years ago. It's even worse now. You don't get any decent long-term stayers anymore. It's just passing trade, most of it. You don't know who you're letting rooms to.
Have you ever thought of giving the business up?
Give it up?
Yeah. Get a 9-to-5 job somewhere. Perhaps in catering. Let someone else do the worrying for a change.
Give this business up?
Why not?
And live in a house on my own? No. I want to move to Kent. Buy a guest house in Herne Bay. Seaside lets. I've been planning it for some time.
There you go. One coffee.
Thank you.
Nice little guest house by the sea, eh? Now, where have I heard that before?
You're going back to Sun Hill?
Later, yeah.
Could you do something for me? Run a CRO check on a Mr. J.W. Harris. Age, mid to late 40s, well-built, height, about 6 foot.
What address?
No fixed address.
OK, I'll do that for you. Providing you do me one small favour in return.
Yeah, of course. What?
Don't make a fool of yourself, Ron.
You going now?
Yes, I've got to, but don't worry. I'll get a patrol car.
Well, what about later?
Later?
Yeah, can't you come back this evening?
Of course not. I finish at 5.
Well, why don't you call by on your way home? I'll be here when I've got nowhere else to go.
Have you been working here long?
Me? Why?
I just wondered.
I've been here nearly a year. But that's long enough. I'm leaving as soon as I find something else.
Why's that?
Because I don't like it here.
It's a good enough reason, I suppose. So you would have been working here when the hotel was broken into?
Yeah.
What do you remember about it?
Nothing. I wasn't here, was I? It was my day off.
And are you sure that's got nothing to do with you wanting to leave?
What?
Well, first the break-in, now all these reports of an intruder.
I just told you why I wanted to leave. Anyway, what reports are we talking about? It's only what she says, no one else. She's got intruders on the brain.
Ron! Where are you going? Home.
I'll finish for the day.
No, you haven't. Good night, Eileen. You asked WPC Data to run a CRO check for you, right?
That's right, sir.
Well, you needn't have bothered. I was already checking things myself.
You were what?
On your Mrs. Dorothy Elizabeth Strafford.
You mean she's got form?
As a lunatic and a nuisance, maybe, who knows? But she doesn't have a criminal record.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
But her husband has.
You mean ex-husband?
No, I mean husband. The lady never got divorced. She's still married.
Married?
That's what Tosh Lyons found out at the time. So I decided to ring round and do a bit of finding out of my own.
You're trying to tell me she's a liar?
if you like, yeah.
Well, what's the point?
Stopping such a raving innocent, Ron. You're too old for that. The lady has a very strong imagination. You even said so yourself. She pretends to be seeing would-be intruders. She probably even smashed up her own flat.
What do you mean she smashed up her own flat?
It's obvious.
Obvious to who? Not to me.
Wrong.
Because there's no proof.
Why do you think she does these things? To draw attention to herself, that's why. Because she's lonely. She's probably also seriously disturbed up here. So what's to stop her being a liar as well? She's equipped for it.
So where's her husband now?
Banged up, doing a life sentence for murder.
What?
15 years ago, he and his missus ran a private nursing home in Surrey. That was before the new fire regulations closed them all down. He killed one of the old people in his care for personal gain. He's also got previous, a lot of it, for fraud and extortion. He was sentenced to serve not less than 30 years.
And his name?
John Harris. It seems the wife went back to using a maiden name, Strafford. Apparently, she's never forgotten him. I'm told she still loves him. Wherever she goes, she always keeps a room for him, ready and waiting.
I've seen it.
What?
I've seen one of those rooms.
Yes.
I thought you ought to know, sir, a suspect's been spotted. Possible burglary.
Where?
Out in the Bolbeck Road area, near the Kersham. Sounds like the one I did, so I've cleared it with my boss. I'm going there now.
Right. Thanks, Tush.
Sir. He's admitted 4 other offences.
Do we know him?
No, sir. The other offences include him breaking into the Kersham 3 months ago. Apparently, he only goes for places run by women. Women living on their own.
Is that right, son? You telling us you know these women?
No.
Well, how do you know they live on their own, then?
I watch them, don't I?
You watch them.
All the time. Day and night.
What do you say, you live around here?
No.
So where do you do your watching from?
Everywhere.
Yeah. Then he breaks in, smashes up the woman's room, takes some of her belongings. Isn't that right, son? It's his way of making sexual contact.
All right, get him out of here.
Come on.
Mrs. Strafford. Do you want to tell her, or shall I?
You tell her.
Can't go down there, mate.
Oh, come on, mate, go round the hill.
No, sorry, it's off limits. All in. The area sealed?
Yes, sir.
Good. Bit nippy, isn't it?
Morning. Good way to work up an appetite, this.
You man an early riser?
I have no idea, sir.
Oh, not to worry.
We'll leave you to it then, shall we?
Please. Dave from JD.
This is so
Position?
efficient, it's downright boring.
Oh, don't worry, Mike. You may still get hit in the crossfire.
JD from Dave, in position.
All units from JD. We are in position at the back. All units are now in the containment area. We're about to put the call through. Want to do the honours?
Thank you, sir. Mr. Bartlett, this is your early morning call.
That's very good, then.
Hello, is that Tom Bartlett? Yeah. Hello, Tom. Now, listen very carefully. Make sure you're awake, okay? I'm Detective Sergeant Gregg. Your house is surrounded by armed police. Do you understand? Now stay where you are. Do you understand?
Oh, get lost. This is a wind-up, innit?
You know it's our DCI lives in there, don't you?
No, Tom, this is not a wind-up. Now, move to the front window. Tom, don't move. Stay where you are.
All units from JD. Our man is about to come to the window to take a closer look at us. Tell him to move slowly. Keep his hands
I'm with you.
where we-
Put your hands in the air with the palms showing. Now, I want you to move very slowly to the front window. Take a look outside, and then go and pick up the phone again.
You're not for real, are you?
Just do it, Tom.
Now go back and pick up the phone.
It's not as if he's got a machine gun in there.
Stranger things have happened. I'd stay down if I were you.
You must be mad. There's an army out there.
Is your girlfriend there, Tom? Is Karen with you?
You're crazy.
Tell Karen to come out of the front door. No one will be hurt. Send Karen out now.
All units from JD. You think the girlfriend may be about to come out? Stand by.
He's probably gone back to bed.
We'll see. Let's give him a few minutes.
Well, what if he doesn't come out? We could have a siege situation.
Don't skin off my nose. Get the caterers in.
No, but seriously, maybe we should have let Bartlett come out first. I don't know, I could have gone up there as a postman, got him to sign for a registered package or something.
You wouldn't be ex-flying squad by any chance, would you?
JD from Gareth, the front door is opening.
All units from JD. You think the woman may be coming out? Stand by at the back in case he does a bunk.
A step forward. Keep your hands in sight. That's right. Now move towards me. Tom, don't come out yet. Now, Karen, move towards me. You'll be all right. Another officer's going to take over now.
Karen, come towards me. Come on, you'll be all right. Just keep stepping towards me. No one's going to get hurt. Just keep coming. You'll be fine. Just keep coming.
Keep that dog away from me!
It's all right, it's all right. Just keep coming towards me. You'll
Keep
be
the dog
fine.
away from me! What do you think you're all playing at?
It's all right, Karen. My name's Alistair. I'm a detective sergeant at Sun Hill. We have to arrest your boyfriend, Karen.
There are easier ways of doing it.
JD from all units. We are now going to invite Mr. Bartlett out. Gareth, take over.
Tom, we'd like you to come out now. Put your hands in the air, take 2 paces forward, then stop.
Tom! Tom!
Stay where you are, Karen.
Tom, what are they doing to you?
Stay still. If you cause a panic, you'll get shot.
Now stop. Another officer's going to take over now. Denny.
Now turn to the right. Come towards me. Slowly. Now kneel down. That's right. Now lie down on your stomach. Put your hands behind your back. Well.
All units from JD. The suspect has been prone and searched. Entry team, go ahead.
Thomas Bartlett. I'm arresting you on suspicion of committing an armed robbery at 35 the High Street. You don't have to say anything, but what you say may be used as evidence. Do you understand the caution?
Just wait till I get my hands on you. I'll break your neck.
Me, it's a bit strong, isn't it?
JD from Gareth, we're moving into the ground floor now.
Let's just stay out of harm's way for the time being, shall we?
Ground floor is clear, we're moving upstairs.
All you had to do was knock at the door. I'd have let you in.
Yes, well, I shan't mention your 5 previous convictions for resisting arrest.
That was different.
First floor is clear, we're coming back down. No guns found.
Of course I ain't got a gun. I could have told you that.
Well, you mean you've ditched it?
Right, well, I think we can safely leave the rest of it to you. We'll just pop back to Sun Hill, make our statements, get a bit of breakfast.
Right, thanks for all your work, sir.
No problem. I'm glad you decided to be sensible, Mr. Bartlett.
You give me a choice.
You're gonna have to let him go, aren't you?
When we finish down here, we'll take another look upstairs.
How about the floorboards, Gov?
Yeah, pull back the carpets. If you see the floorboards have been shifted, we'll have them up too.
Don't you ever give up?
Leave it. They won't listen. They're sure I'm guilty. They're going to get me one way or another.
Don't take a high moral tone, Bartlett. I've spoken to the shopkeeper you robbed. I don't have much sympathy for
I
you.
didn't rob anyone!
You can't be bothered looking for the thieves, can you? You just go down your list. He'll do. Who can we stitch up today? Let's plant the phony evidence, lads.
Don't be silly.
Don't talk to her like that!
Oh, no, you don't. I've had enough of this. Get out of my house! Our house! You've got no right to do all this!
I've got every right.
You pointed a gun at me! I've never broken the law!
Your boyfriend has, though. Look, Karen, with respect, you're being just a bit stupid. The best thing would be to let us get this thing over with as quickly as possible.
I've told you, don't talk to my woman like that, understand?
I don't want another word out of you. Now, please, Karen, get out of the way.
I've warned you.
Go!
Gotcha!
I suppose you think this is going to help your case.
You all right, Skip?
Yeah, that's all right.
You want to get the surgeon out to look at that, mate?
Don't be silly. There's no harm done.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
So what happened? Was he resisting arrest?
Not exactly, no.
So tell me.
Touch of the old Glaswegian martial arts.
Why is he so touchy?
The man was under arrest and handcuffed at the time.
I'll have to use a blindfold next time.
Nah, he'd still lose.
I'd like to ask you what you were doing last Tuesday. Can you remember what you were doing last Tuesday? I put it to you that you were in a car in the vicinity of the High Street. Surely you can tell me if you were or weren't in the vicinity. The car was a red Nissan, registration number H275KPC. Is that your car?
Can I answer that?
It's entirely up to you.
I can't remember.
You can't remember. What a pity. We were doing swimmingly there. Are you aware that the car you were driving on that day was stolen?
No comment.
Were you driving away from the scene of a robbery? Did you rob a grocer's shop on the high street known as Ahmed's Daily Stores?
I'm using my right to silence.
Oh, I know you are. You're well on the ball, aren't you?
I think we're due for a meal break about now.
You robbed the shop. You pointed a handgun at the owner. You drove away in a stolen car. Isn't that the case? I think it is the case. You committed an act of armed robbery. 6 months out of prison and you're up to your old tricks. Isn't that correct?
I know what he's like. I know his temper. I know about his record.
But you love him and he's turned over a new leaf, is that it?
Oh, you don't have to be snide about it. Yes, I do love him. He's a good man. I think he is. He takes care of me.
But he's a professional thief, love. That's what he does for a living.
No, he's not like that. It's just sometimes things go a bit wrong, that's all. He just can't say no. He just goes off half-cocked.
Where was he on the day of the robbery?
He was with me.
Now, you know I don't believe that. But I write it down anyway.
Listen, can I have a brief word?
What?
There's no mileage for me in this one, you know that.
You tell me.
Well, I'm trying to persuade him to go guilty, but he's not budging. I told him he hasn't got a ghost of a chance. Well, not against the forensic you've got lined up. Thought as much. See you in court, chum.
What was all that about? Ah, just helping a man plan his defence.
He's a bit of an operator, is he?
What? Deluxe service. Phony alibis the lot.
One the serious armed robbers like to use.
Yeah. And how does Bartlett come to afford his fees, I wonder?
There's no use you waiting. He could be kept in overnight.
Oh, it could be you'll never let him go. Is that right?
Look, I know how you feel, honestly, and I'm sorry about this morning, but it was necessary.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Yeah? Alistair, take a seat. I've had a phone call from Terry Wilkin.
Oh, yeah? Been putting on the pressure, is he?
Something like that.
What's he doing? Taking out an action for unlawful detention? Yeah, that figures.
Well, you seem to be taking it very lightly.
Well, that's how Wilkin earns his money, isn't it, flankers like this?
Well, he seems to think you don't have a case against Bartlett's. I mean, there's no property recovered, there's no forensic link, there's no gun.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty fair assessment.
Well, so what do you have?
Give me time.
Well, you're not hoping for a confession, are you? Because they're a bit out of vogue.
Oh, come on, Gov. We had reasonable grounds for spinning Bartlett. He was seen driving near the scene in a stolen motor. The robber used the same MO as Bartlett, spoke little and didn't bother to hide his features. And the description tallies, more or less.
More or less?
It was worth a try.
So you were chancing it, in other words?
If you like. Look, Bartlett's not some top villain. He never prepares. He always hides the gear at his home address. We had a good chance of scooping him up on this one.
That's sloppy thinking, Alistair. You're slipping into bad habits.
I wouldn't say so.
I would.
I see, right. Does that mean I should stop arresting criminals, then?
No, it doesn't, and don't get lippy with me.
I'd like to run a check on the following, please. Jeremy John Updike. Born
CID
on the 3rd
Dashwood.
of the 3rd, 1951, and there's Peter Marlowe.
Yes, of course we'd be interested.
But I think it was
Can I just
born
take your
on
name?
49.
No, that's all right. We don't need your name.
You've got it? Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Okay, just hang on a minute.
Can I just ask... Oh, there you go. Got some new information on the grocer's shop job.
Well, it better be good.
And a new suspect. Chris Heggie, Heggie. Apparently he's got some form. I'm just going to go and run a check on him.
I don't want a new suspect, Mike. I'm happy with the old one.
I do hope you're not going to give me trouble. Look, this is the 4th time I've been pulled since I came out. I haven't done a single job and you keep coming for me.
It's a hard old life, innit?
Look, I mean it. I haven't done a thing. I'm in the clear.
This is very boring.
Listen to me, will ya? I swear I didn't do this job. I swear it.
I'm not the one you should be talking to then, am I?
Jim, could you get more background on Heggie? Mike, see if you can chase him up, but don't try and pull him on your own. If you see him, make up a cover story and call in. We'll get in armed support same as this morning.
Oh, great. I look forward to that.
Yeah, he is, Cuff.
Cheers, Jim.
Who's Heggie?
Small-time villain, 2 previous for street robbery. I got a call putting him up for our job.
Tell him to join the queue.
Great, I'll be right down. Now, we'll see if I'm right about Bartlett. I think he's ready to cough.
The thing is,
Yeah?
you said something about a stolen car. And what was that about?
You tell me.
I don't know.
You don't know. Look, just be straight with me. You robbed the shop, didn't you?
No, I didn't do the job. I'm sick of piddling my life away. I'm through with all that.
I don't believe you.
I know you don't. No point in me saying anything, is there?
Just tell me the truth. That's all I ask.
All right, I will.
Good. So, explain about the stolen motor.
I was in a car that day, but I didn't know it was stolen. It's as simple as that.
What, borrowed it off some geezer in the pub, did you?
Yeah.
Won't watch.
All right, I borrowed it off a mate.
Name?
I can't tell you, he's still on licence. I can't get him into trouble.
Don't be a bigger fool than you have to be. What's his name?
Look, I don't want to drop him in it.
Tom, you don't have any choice.
All right, I'll tell you.
Right, but not here. Let's go to the interview room. I want this on tape.
No luck at the first address. Moving on to the next on the list, which is 33 Brampton Avenue. Can you ask Jim Carver to join me if he's free?
I passed the message on. Over.
Look, can it wait? I've got a meeting with crime support 10 minutes ago.
It is important. I need to talk something through with you.
Go on.
We've had a couple of developments on the robbery case.
Glad to hear it.
We've got information on a new suspect. It's from an anonymous caller, but the detail stands up. The suspect's got previous for street robbery and wounding. We're checking it out now.
Look, hang on a minute. I thought we had a prisoner for this one. What happened to Bartlett?
He's come up with a story that makes sense. He borrowed a car from a friend, didn't realise it was stolen.
Well, that's fairy tales.
Well, he's given the friend up. We're checking that out too. Thing is, I believe him.
Look, Alistair, a couple of hours ago, you told me you were sure you had a case against Bartlett. So what's gone wrong?
New facts have come to light.
You mean you never had a case? That's what you mean.
I wouldn't say that.
Do you think Wilkin is just kidding about this civil action case? You want to wake up, Alistair? He's got you over a barrel. You get armed support to pull Bartlett. You release him without charge the same day. It's obvious you're chancing your arm.
Bartlett can't afford to go all the way. A court case would cost him...
Won't get that far. You're going to square this one up yourself, Alistair.
Look...
I said you're going to square it up. You're going to apologise to Bartlett. You're going to smooth things over with that sophisticated charm of yours.
You've got to be joking. I'm not going to apologise to someone who cracked me in the mouth.
If you can't take the knocks, you shouldn't be in the job. I want you to take care of this, Alistair. I don't want any comeback. Is that understood?
Let me explain why we're here, Mrs. Heggie.
Well, it's either about my husband or my son, and my husband's in Albany prison.
It's about your son. Can you tell us how we can get hold of him?
Sorry, can't help you.
You must have an address for him.
Why, master?
Do you still see your son, Mrs. Heggie?
Not since he started stealing off me, not. He's no welcome here. I see his wife sometimes.
His wife? I didn't know he was married.
Maybe they're no married, same difference.
You got an address for her?
Yeah, but he doesn't stay with her now, they're split up.
I see. Thing is, Mrs. Heggie, I got a phone call this afternoon. The caller said that your son recently committed an armed robbery. You wouldn't know anything about that.
No,
You don't know what your son's been up to?
I don't know for certain. I had a feeling he was up to some mischief.
And why is that?
He took his father's gun out of the house.
Did he now?
Thanks, Stewart.
Are you charging him?
No, we're dropping the case. Not enough evidence. You're free to go.
What?
You're free to go, sir.
Hey, beat it before he changes his mind.
Just like that, eh? You get me up at gunpoint, chuck me in a cell, and when you're fed up and mucking me about, I'm free to go till the next time.
Well, if you told the truth from the beginning...
What difference would that have made?
You might have gone home earlier. Look, I appreciate how you must feel, of course, but we did have reasonable grounds for detaining you, all right?
What about my mate?
We picked him up half an hour ago. He still had the stolen car. He'll be done for theft.
Oh, they'll hammer him for that. He'll lose his probation.
That's his problem.
You're all art. So how do I get back from here, then? I mean, are there buses?
Yes. Or tubes. Or I could give your girlfriend a ring if you like.
That's no use. She ain't got a car either. Why do you think I borrowed one?
Well, I suppose I could arrange a lift.
No, don't put yourself out. After all, it was my idea to come halfway across town at 6 in the morning.
Right, OK, I'll take you there myself.
If you do hear something, you all let us know.
Now, what was that about a phone call?
And odds on she's the one who made it.
And shopped by her own mum. Charming. I'll see you back at the station.
Sure.
Jim, it's Mike Dashwood. I need some urgent backup. Chris! How are you?
What?
Chris, it is Chris. Chris Heggie.
Yeah?
Yeah. We met in the pub. I got you that gear. It's in the boot.
I lied. You nicked.
Aggie?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a bit previous, ain't you? We weren't supposed to show out.
It's all right. He's not a problem.
Look, let me go. I don't believe you're the police.
Tough. Chris Heggie, I'm arresting you on suspicion of committing armed robbery of Ahmed's Daily Store. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say will be taken down on me. Hey! That was very silly.
Yes, wasn't it?
Right, I'll drop you off here then.
Right, you coming in then?
Didn't think so, no.
What, to speak to Karen? I think you owe her an apology.
You think so?
I know so. You treated her like filth.
Look, I've apologised to you for your detention. That should be enough.
No, you haven't. I haven't heard anything that sounds like an apology. Anyway, don't matter for me. I expect to be picked up. But she finds it hard.
Well, you should learn to expect it.
She shouldn't have to expect anything. She hasn't been a thief.
All right, I'll explain the situation to her if you think that'll help.
Tom,
Oh, you all right?
Yeah, fine, Pet. Yeah.
I owe you an apology, Miss Mears.
Yeah, well, tell that to our solicitor. We're taking legal action.
Hey, love, it don't work that way. We can shrug this one off.
No, got to fight back, Tom. You can't give in to her.
Well, that's your decision, of course, but I did act in good faith.
No, you didn't. You were persecuting my Tom.
Karen, leave it out.
Just answer me one question, Karen. It's something that's been bothering me. If your boyfriend is so law-abiding these days, how come he can afford a pricey brief like Wilkin?
What's that got to do with anything?
Couldn't be we pulled you for the wrong job, could it?
Oh, now, you've no right to say that. I paid for that solicitor, not Tom.
Oh, yeah.
It's true. It was towards a deposit on house. This is a council place.
You're not telling me you were going to blow your life savings on a brief.
I just told you.
It's £1,000 in advance before Wilkin will come out.
But he's the best.
Depends what you're looking for. Look, you could have had a duty solicitor.
I wanted the top man. I can't trust your lot.
Oh, but that's plain stupid. Having Wilkin did you no favours.
Don't you give me advice. Everything you say is just lies.
Oh, forget it.
Oi, hang on. Oi! Listen, wait, oi. Don't worry about what Karen said. That's just temper talking.
I'm not worried.
Please, believe me, I'll get her to drop the civil action.
As you like.
Don't make me beg. I've never done that. Now, how do I stand?
I'm not with you.
Am I in the clear? Are you taking me off your list?
I haven't the faintest idea what you're on about.
Come on, you know the score as well as I do.
I don't.
I'm no fool. If I stay the wrong side of you, you'll do me. Whatever happens, I'll go down. And I can't face that.
That's not the way I work. I don't bear grudges. You don't believe me, do you? Oh, come on. Do I look like I'm that kind of bent copper?
All coppers are the same. I've had my share of it.
You share of what? You saying you've been fitted up?
I'm saying I haven't always gone down for the jobs I've pulled. But it evens out in the end.
Not in my book. Listen, I really want you to believe this. I have no intention of fitting you up.
Don't make me laugh. It's the game, isn't it? I'm one of yours.
Sierra Oscar from 363.
Go ahead, Steve.
I've done the illegal immigrant search. There's no sign of him at this address.
What about Mrs. Ibbotson, Steve?
What about her? She the stolen washing?
Affirmative. Logged at 7:30 and you took it at 8.
I've got 3 shouts, Sarge. I'm doing them in order of priority. Mrs. Ibbetson's washing didn't strike me as particularly high. Hang on, Sarge. Sierra Oscar from 363, receiving over.
Go ahead, Steve.
Serious PIRTA outside St Olaf's School.
Come on, there's a kid trapped! Over
Lorry's
here!
turned over, shed its load. Children possibly trapped. Inform fire brigade ambulance.
There's a kid under here!
You all right, mate?
He's got a bash on the head.
I don't know what happened. I can't remember. All right, we'll get him away from here. Everyone stand clear of the lorry. Go catch fire. It's a mess, Sarge. There's timber all over the place.
Into the hall. Come on, everybody, quickly.
The Regent and Tony are in the area. Should be with you soon. Fire and ambulance have been informed.
Understood, Sarge.
Hurry up, for God's sake!
Where's the child?
Over here!
I think there's one under here.
No!
I heard a noise round here.
No! She's here, I'm telling you! Don't just stand there! Come on! Come on!
Right, get back! Everybody, right back!
Right, Steve, come on, back.
Back, please! We got a kid trapped under here somewhere.
Right, just doing a name check.
Come along, kids, quick now. Excuse me, are you the head? Yes. We need a roll call taken straight away. We're doing it now.
But school hadn't started yet, so we don't know who was here in the first place.
Look, will you keep out of the way, please? Please!
Well, don't stop!
Tell me, absolute quiet! Stop what you're doing! Just listen!
She's there!
Tony.
Ready?
So that's just Rebecca Watson that's missing? As far as we can tell.
Just got through to a little girl called Rebecca. Not badly injured.
Mrs. Callahan? Mrs. Callahan, Paul Reed's not here, and Tom thinks he saw him in the playground.
Right.
All right, love, you're safe now. We'll look after you.
Stand back. How is she? Luckily enough, she's not badly injured.
Where's the driver?
He's over there. Just can't remember a thing about it.
We'll have to make this lorry safe first, otherwise we're going to have a lot more casualties on our hands. We've got to get her out as soon as possible. Jack, disconnect the batteries, check for spilt acid. And everybody, stand back. This vehicle isn't safe yet.
All units from 181. Another child is missing. Repeat. Another child missing. A boy of 7. His name's Paul Reed.
Another kid. There's another kid!
I told you! Get back from there! It's not safe yet! There's a kid under here!
Rebecca Watson's mother has been collected, Tony, and is on her way to the school.
This little girl could have been seriously injured, Skip. We should have had an ambulance by now.
Ambulances are on their way.
Where are you going, Marika?
I'm going to help the others.
No, it's all right. Ron's there. They don't need anybody else. The fewer people walking about on top of it, all the better. Look, there's nothing else we can do. We need a list of casualties and witnesses. Come on.
All right, stop. Back. Look, for your own safety, you should keep back.
You can't just leave him!
Jack, set up an equipment dump. Okay? Hold it. Please, keep well back. It's not safe.
He's here! We found him, Sarge. Not sure what state he's in yet. Go on now, keep back. Paul? Ron! There's a girder, can you see it? Yeah, I've got it, Steve. Okay, it needs to come out easy. Okay, mate, now come on, give us a hand. Got it? Pull! How's the boy, Steve? Pulse is weak. He's not breathing. It's okay, Paul. We'll have you out of here in no time. He's a good lad.
Keep back, please. Come on, keep right back there. Keep right back. Okay. Yep, we're doing all we can. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Come on, Paul. Come back to me. Come on.
Right. Well, thanks anyway. Mrs. Reed doesn't work there anymore. And they don't know where she works now. Precisely. The father? He's away a lot. So not at a home number. I know she works. Why didn't she give us the new number?
Steve, the ambulance is here. Do you want them to take over now? No.
Come on, Paul. Come back to me, mate.
Steve!
I said no! Don't give up, Paul.
It seems he swerved to avoid something and the wagon tipped over.
Overloaded, do you think?
It's possible. Traffic are there, but they have a job proving it.
Since the contents are spread all over the place. At least all the children have been accounted for now.
Yes, sir. But the boy's still not responding.
Right, I better get over there.
Steve! I know what I'm doing!
Don't give up, mate. Can't give up, mate.
I've got him. Are you sure? He's breathing. Yeah, he's there. Well done, Steve. We got him.
You were near the fence then, Jenny?
No joy tracing the mother, June, but the boy is breathing now.
Were you near the fence?
Yes.
How near?
quite near.
Now listen carefully, Jenny. Did you see why the lorry crashed? Never mind. Can you remember anything else?
It was a big lorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Is Paul going to be dead?
I'm sure he's going to be fine, Jenny, just fine.
I'm sorry, Norika. The ambulance is here. I'm taking these two with me now.
Okay. You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Not worth.
We've secured the vehicle and we're happy no one else is involved.
How can it have taken you so long?
I'm no happier than you are, mate. How do you think we feel? We're stretched to the limit.
As soon as the ambulance is run, clear everyone away.
Right, sir. Come on now. That's it. There's nothing more to see.
Thank you very much, man. Rebecca's mother's with her now. The driver's on his way to the General, but he doesn't remember a thing about the accident.
Right, you better get back in the RT car.
What about Norika?
Oh, you'll have to do without her. Well done, Loxton. You were first on the scene, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
And then you better go to St Hugh's and see it through. You'll need all the details for the accident report book.
I know, sir.
Right, any witnesses?
Oh, yeah, plenty. They're all number 7.
The horse is getting ready. Have they never put an airway in?
I'll put in a priority. Priority? We'll do one and they'll suspend it.
He was all right.
I know. Could be internal bleeding. Breathing and circulation was there, but pulse is always gone now. BP, 80 to 90.
Well, he was all right.
Was he crushed?
Yeah, across here, but I got him breathing again. He was okay.
What's his name?
Paul Reed, I think he's 7.
Indian recording.
We had him. We had him.
In consciousness, sir. His liver had ruptured in the crush, apparently, and he died at 10:17.
Understood. Tell me when June's spoken to the mother, please, Garfield.
Will do, sir.
Can I have a word, please, Norika?
Is Paul all right?
No, I'm afraid he's not.
7 years old.
I know.
I've just spent all morning telling the kids it was going to be all right.
There's no harm in that. No rush to tell them.
At 7 years old, it's... What about his mother?
Now, June's trying to track her down. She hasn't left a work number.
Poor woman. I should have helped.
You couldn't have.
But I might have found him, sir.
It was the internal injuries killed him. It wouldn't have mattered how fast we got to him. And you have helped. Somebody had to talk to all the kids who saw it, to deal with them and get the details. I'm glad it wasn't me. Now, do you want me to take over for a while?
No, it's okay. I'll finish it off.
Brett Faulkner?
Yes.
The police officer will be collecting Paul's mother.
What, bringing her here?
Yes, formal identification.
What do we say to her?
And I'll want to talk to the boys as well, just as witnesses. No need for the parents to be present.
What, now?
I'm afraid so. I have to make up an accident report book for the coroner's inquiry.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right, thank you. Well, now, Jason, let's have a chat about this morning.
Is it important?
I do need to know where Mrs. Reed works, Mrs. Henry.
Well, can I take a message?
I don't think so, no.
Do you know where mine works now, Reggie?
Down the factory.
Of what factory?
Gilchrist.
Oh, right. Thanks very much. Thank you. Sierra Oscar from 643 receiving over.
Go ahead, June.
Can I have transport, please, to Gilchrist's factory? And can you call the manager to tell Mrs. Reed that I'm coming to talk to her?
Will do.
Why didn't you say you were playing with Paul in the first place, Jason?
Because
Because of what?
Because I didn't mean to do it.
Do what?
We were playing football. And I kicked the ball over the fence. And Paul said he'd go and get it. And he got it. But then the bell went, so he ran back across the road and...
And? It's all right.
But I kicked the ball.
Joe.
Sir?
I'm your transport for Mrs. Reed. I've been out to the school. Shall we go in?
All right. Do you want to tell her, do you?
Well, of course, if you want me to.
No, that isn't what I meant. Oh, I'll do it.
I'm Mrs. Reed. What's happened?
Is there somewhere we can talk?
The interview room, but what's happened?
I need to talk to you privately.
Sierra Oscar from 363.
Go ahead, Steve.
Look, it's all finished here, Sarge. And I've found out what happened.
You mean the cause of the accident?
The dead boy ran out into the road to fetch a ball. The truck must have swerved, tipped over. Can you tell Mr. Monroe, please?
Better for you to tell him yourself, Steve. He's bringing the boy's mother in to see you at St. Hugh's for formal identification of the body.
Say inquiries are continuing, but the cause of the accident is... Yes, sir? Just say inquiries are continuing, and if they're press, the area press officer's setting up a conference here for this afternoon.
And if it's apparent for them to speak to the school, but there are no further serious casualties, yeah?
Right. Oh, and I want the names and phone numbers of all the officers involved this morning, please.
Right, sir.
Have you seen Steve, Marika?
I think he's still at St. Hugh's. Hold on.
Well, we've got to give him this lot for the ARB, right? I mean, it's his baby. He was first on the scene.
True.
It's just that he was getting pretty wound up this morning.
Yeah, weren't we all?
You went to fetch a football?
Apparently, sir.
So who was supervising the children?
Don't know, sir. School hadn't started.
Well, we're going to have to find out. Come on, June's with the mother in the mortuary chapel.
You want me to come too?
Yes, if you want to lift back.
I'll see you at 1:30 then for a briefing. Bye. Yes, Garfield.
Sir, list of the officers at the incident this morning, sir.
Phone numbers too?
Yes, sir. Is there any particular reason why...
I'm going to phone their homes and let their other halves know they've had a stressful day, OK?
Right, sir.
A few less days like today wouldn't hurt me, I can tell you.
Yes, sir.
Must have been worse for you.
I don't know, sir. You see one, you've seen them all, haven't you?
Have you? Excuse me. I'm so very sorry, Mrs. Reed.
Steve, do you want to have a word with her?
No, wait.
I've told her how you nearly saved the boy's life.
No, I didn't.
I think it would be a good idea.
I don't want to talk to her, right?
You been on strike, Narika?
No, Tony, just writing up witness particulars.
Probably just as well. Got caught up in another shout. Never had me refs.
It never seems to get through to you, does it, Tone? Nothing ever seems to get through.
Dunno. Case of not letting it. At least that's what works for me. What'd you see?
All right.
Just got back from the hospital.
Yeah, that's right. Nasty business.
Certainly was.
Look, can I have your witness details? I want to do the ARB right away.
Get it out of the way, right?
Steve,
Yeah?
can I have a quick word?
Of course.
Keep 1 foot on the floor, Steve.
Wasn't very pleasant this morning, was it? I felt gutted. Especially after you got him breathing again.
What did you want, June?
Well, I just wondered what happened. Why he died after you got him back like that.
Abdominal trauma, they told me. The crush stopped him breathing, but it also made him bleed to death inside.
What did you tell the kids?
What?
The other kids, Paul's mates.
Look, June, I know what you're doing. I don't want to talk about it. Save it for someone else, eh?
It happened just before school started, sir, and technically the school has charge for the 10 minutes before and after the day.
The press will have a field day. How are the parents?
It's just the mother so far, sir. Someone from the hospital went home with her.
Yeah. What about our lot?
In what way, sir?
Stress, Andrew, does funny things to people.
Oh, well, Loxton was first on the scene and resuscitated the boy.
Yeah, so I hear.
And I find him a bit odd. But it's more that he isn't upset than that he is.
Oh, yeah?
It was Data that took it a bit hard.
Well, people have different ways of handling it. Or they think they do. Maybe Loxton reckons he should take it like a hard man.
Maybe.
I tell you what I do, Andrew. I take the relief over the road for a drink after the turn. See if you can't get them talking. Flush it out the system.
Me?
Why not? Might do you some good, too.
Well,
You don't have to hold their hands, Andrew. Just show up and show them that you care.
OK, sir. I will.
What's that?
Hey, Amundsen Avenue.
You can leave me yours, Nick. I can read your writing.
Are you sure?
Positive. Right.
Yeah, it's up in N3. Knows the old bat must have driven all the way over here on the off chance. Now, there is Mrs. May. She was the helpful one who got you all working in the same place, I understand. Right. See you, Steve.
I brought you a cup of tea, Steve.
Hey?
Tea. Look, mate, you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Coming over the pub, Tony?
Certainly am. But it's only to see the 8th wonder of the world.
Oh, what's that then?
Mum wrote buying us all a drink.
Can I have a word, Tony?
Sure, fire away.
Can we come in?
Yeah, of course you can.
Look, I'm a bit worried about Steve. He's had a hell of a day. I was wondering whether he might open up a bit more to one of you lot.
What do you mean? Looks all right to me.
Well, he doesn't to me. I think he'd be a lot better off if he talked about it.
Why? It's when you talk about it you start to feel iffy. Putting it out of your mind's the best thing.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that, Tony. I mean, everyone reacts differently.
But that's the job, isn't it? And if you can't handle it, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Come on, you don't mean that. The day you don't get upset about the death of a kid is the day you should quit.
I'll see you about it.
June. I'll have a word with him.
After you both changed over, join the rest of them for a quick one over the road, all right?
Oh, cheers, sir. It's a good idea, sir. I mean, where else can you talk about it?
I need the timings, George, for the ARB.
Sorry, Steve. Shop's closed. Skip will help you.
What do you need, Loxton?
All the timings, sir. Us, fire, ambulance, time of death.
I've got them, Steve.
After you've done that, Loxton, I wonder whether I could buy you a drink over the road.
Hey?
Don't look so surprised. You'll give me a complex.
Sorry, sir.
It was a very stressful day. I thought we should all just wind down together. Get it out of our systems.
Come on, Steve.
I'd rather get home, sir.
No, come across the road with us. I'll get you one in and all.
OK.
Trust Tony Stout to be here first.
I'm a fast worker, June. Thought you'd know that.
Yeah, half of Scannell knows that. What are you having?
Hold on a minute. I ran first.
Cheers, sir. You're a gent.
Matthew?
Shandy, sir, I'm driving.
George?
Lager, please, sir.
You're right, Steve.
Yeah.
What about you, Stephen?
High lager, please.
Let's grab a tea, mate.
And yours, Ron?
Oh, pint of bitter, please, sir.
Where's Data?
She went straight home, sir.
Pity, it would have done her good.
She said to tell you sorry about this morning.
She's no need to be. In fact, I think she handled it better than I did.
You've got to let it out. Talk about it a bit.
I don't want to talk about it.
Is it because you think you pulled the wrong kid out first?
What? I pulled out the first one I heard, not the wrong one.
That's not what I said. I said, did you think you'd pulled the wrong one out first? I mean, that's what we're talking about.
Just go and play social workers with someone else, eh, Ron?
He's bottling something up, that's for sure.
Steve? You all right?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
No. I'm all right.
What are we doing here?
Look, if you want out, take the cab back. But don't nose it up for me. This is class crumpet on tap, I'm telling you.
Oh, I'm just a bit surprised that Sir sanctioned it. Oh, great.
If Big George Jansen asks me to a party, am I going to refuse? This is the stuff dreams are made of. Look around you, Ted.
It's trouble, Frank. Top drawer trouble.
Frank, George.
Welcome to my little birthday celebration. Nice of you to accept an invitation.
Thank you. This is my guest.
Oh, I expected a lady, Frank.
Ted Roach.
Acquaintance?
Business colleague.
Right. Well, welcome, Dad. So enjoy, make yourselves at home. I'll catch you later.
Thanks, George.
Nothing. Are you sure this is the right place?
It could be one of the other garages. There's loads around the back.
I know that.
I'm sorry I spoke.
I don't believe this. It's the third time tonight. I reckon those crazy junkheads are just trying to wind us up.
There you go. Sorry.
Thank you very much. Oh, move out of the way, let the lady sit down.
Thank you, yes.
Good lad.
Cheers,
Quiet.
Sarge.
Yeah? Quiet, please. I wish to propose a toast. There you go. Viv, many happy returns.
Viv.
Viv.
Don't look a day over 50.
Happy returns. Cheers, Viv.
Oh, I don't believe it. I forgot mine.
Oh, come on, Tom.
Cheers, lads.
I'll get it.
That's a good lad.
Thanks,
Tom.
Sarge.
What do you say about CID? Couldn't organise the proverbial...
Come on, get up with you.
Looks like we're too late.
Again?
We made the call.
Caretaker, I think.
So where is he? As far as I'm concerned, they can sniff themselves to kingdom come.
Not exactly the caring side of the police, is it?
Leave it, June, all right?
Oh, pardon me for breathing.
Sorry. It's the girlfriend. Family problems, one of those days, OK?
Do you want to talk about it?
Isn't that Charlie Holston over there? He's moved up with the front runners. Didn't think he had it in him.
I feel like a rat in rubbish.
You look like a rat in rubbish, and it's not a pretty sight. But that is something worth looking at.
Kilpatrick. James Kilpatrick, I think. GBH.
Ted, will you plug into the real world? I think your battery's going flat.
What, the blonde? I don't fancy a chance with that one.
I don't fancy your chances at all on present show.
Sierra 1 out. Seems nobody's missed him yet.
Can you show me which one of these you live in? Bet you've got some great toy cars at home, haven't you? I'd love to see them. Should we go and have a look?
Right. 35 minutes of the shift to go, and we get landed with a mystery guest. Come along, lad. Let's get you sorted.
Ah, yes. Everybody's waiting. Can't you hurry up? We've got a
Birthday girl here, but no present.
Tell him it's not his round. Alistair, it's not your round.
10 minutes. OK, look, 10 minutes.
Tops, but I warn you, the natives are getting restless.
Time for a little action, I think.
I'll give it 50 to 1 against.
Watch and weep.
Frank! Monique, would you look after Mr. Burnside's guest while we have a quiet word? You don't mind, do you, Ted? Monique will take good care of you.
It'll be my pleasure.
I'm sure we have an understanding, Frank. We're all off duty, right?
Understood.
Like a drink.
I love one.
Scotch?
Yes, I'll be Scotch.
After all, cheers.
Cheers.
It's a family affair. I wouldn't like any unpleasantness. Now, you and I know that, just so long as Mr. Roach is aware.
Ted is with me.
Oh, well, no worries. Look, come on, I'd like you to meet my wife. I don't do anything without her approval, but I'm sure she's going to approve of you. Sweetheart, I want you to meet an old friend of mine.
I've heard a lot about you. Divorced, then, are you, Frank?
And fancy-free.
Not called being on your own.
Nobody put up with my ass.
So change them.
Last but not least, my oldest, Andrew. I was telling Andrew we go way back, right, Frank?
A long way, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't always understand. Things take time.
You'll learn.
Yeah, well, look at me. I'm 60 today. I'm still learning a thing or two.
Excuse me.
Cigar, Frank?
Yes.
Should you be on the phone?
Oh, not you and all of. I mean, this is once in a lifetime. This is once in a lifetime. Cheers, love, eh?
Cheers.
Cheers, my darling. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vivian. Happy birthday to you.
This is the last one. Then it's back to the station. He might not even come from this block.
Go away! Go away or I'll call the police! I'm warning you! I'll call the police!
Right, that's it. Let's get this little tyke back to the station. The next relief can sort him out.
Your little Monique blown you out, then?
No way. She's going to give me a song later. In fact, she's been singing a bit already. But you're blonde. She's Billy Guthrie's missus.
Ex-Mrs. Ted. Ex.
Not according to Monique, she's not.
Look, Billy Guthrie went over the wall 9 months ago. Had it away to the Costa del Crime. He was in all the papers, if you remember. He's hardly likely to come back here, is he?
Well, I wouldn't leave her on her own for too long.
My sentiments exactly, Ted.
Mr. Jensen would like to see you for a moment, sir. You'll follow me.
Yes. Can I have your name, please, sir?
No, I'm not prepared to give you my name. You'll have to come down here and see for yourself.
Could you come down to this station? I'd like a statement to this effect.
No, listen, I know this CID officer and the disreputable bunch buying the drinks. Yeah, it's obvious what's going on. Yeah, if you lot spent less time fraternising with these kind of people, you'd put more away behind bars, wouldn't you?
Listen, if you could just give me a few details. Now, where are you calling from? Yes. Come on, fellas. Grow up. I'll be there.
And don't forget Viv's Pressy! Message received, over an hour. Right, I'm off.
Hey, you can't go yet.
I'm going home.
Right, let's get him in then. Tosh, what's left in the kitty?
Eh? Kitty? Nobody said anything about a kitty. I've just bought a round.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Tosh, you owe me one.
Maybe we could start a slate for Alistair. Yeah, why not? Hey, Jimbo, I've just had an idea for Viv's present. You couldn't lend us a fiver, could you?
Sounds too good to be true.
I'm offering you a piece of the action. The main man till my son's proved himself. Someone respectable. I need someone I can trust. Look, there's no hidden tape recorders, no funny business. This is strictly off the record. It's a business proposition, pure and simple.
So what's the catch?
There's no catch. I want a straight front runner, someone trustworthy. You won't get your hands dirty, Frank, I promise you. It's all above board.
What about your son and heir?
Well, Andrew's got a sniff of it, but nothing to hurt. They'll do him good.
Say I was interested.
What are we talking?
80 grand a year, starters. Call 5 up front. Cash. Appearances count in my business. I don't want stummers, Frank.
Come on, George. This is supposed to be a party.
Come in, my love. Well, think on it for a couple of hours, eh? Oh, didn't I say I'll need a hint which way the wind blows tonight? Well, it's only fair, isn't it?
Supposing I don't decide to play ball.
Oh, plenty more fish in the sea, son. Just give it some thought.
Listen up, everyone. I'm Dann. Oh.
I think we'll sit this one out. Cheers, Mark. Boy, I haven't enjoyed myself this much in years. Had a little chat then?
Yeah, been there, done that.
So why the long face? Well, don't tell me Big George Jensen has made you an offer you can't refuse. Oh, he has?
Don't tell me you never thought of giving it the elbow, Ted. If there was a viable alternative, something workable.
Every day. Oh, come on, Frank, who hasn't?
Me? I haven't.
Well, it's not unique. I can vouch for it.
Where's your little bird, then?
Be back in a minute.
I think I'm going to avail myself of some of this free hospitality.
Frank. Nothing.
Ted, I don't need a wet nurse, all right? Hello, darling. Fancy a bit of company?
Well, this should do the trick, eh?
Are you sure about that?
Well, I don't know. We'll soon find out, won't it?
It was her that wanted to sue him.
They are, Viv. Oh. They are.
What's this?
A prezi. Yeah, well, we couldn't wait for Alistair, you see.
I'm sorry, Viv. This wasn't my idea.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
mine.
yeah.
Mine.
Thanks, Tosh. Every girl should have at least a 3-pack.
We're not going to make Viv do it at this rate.
We will.
Well, 10 minutes to get there, and we got to get changed.
Any luck, Sarge?
Giles Henderson, 4 Elmcombe Estate.
Can I speak to you for a minute?
Well, this is a turn-up. Would you mind, darling? I think someone wants to talk to you over there.
I've got a proposition for you.
Really?
You don't know me, do you, Frank?
Well, we can work on that.
I'm Helen Guthrie.
I'm very pleased to meet you, Helen.
It's about my husband.
Billy,
Yeah.
I heard he was your ex-husband.
And where did you hear that?
Around.
Not yet, Frank. Not yet.
But he is away, right?
And when the cat's away,
Well, you said it.
I must go and change.
Oh, fantastic.
You will see.
Don't tell me. It's the aftershave.
Animal magnetism.
You've got a wounded bull calf over there, and his father's got teeth. You're making me nervous.
Law of the jungle.
What, survival of the fittest? It's a good job Billy's on holiday. Your teeth wouldn't be around anymore.
But he isn't, is he? He's going to pay us a visit. I've got privileged information.
Courtesy of the lady?
And I'm going to have him.
ever done any of these blocks where the lifts actually work?
Yeah, one. Just leave it.
I believe this place.
Listen, Frank, this smells to me like a setup, and we're in the middle of it.
The wife just wants him out of the way. Back behind bars, that's all. I'm happy to oblige.
How do we recognise her?
I'll know him. Anyway, she's going to tip me the wink.
You trust her?
Just make that call.
Having a good time, Frank?
You better believe it, George.
It's getting late, darling.
Good evening, sir.
What is it?
Can we come in?
Jeannie! Jeannie! What's happened? Is he all right?
He's fine. Just a bit sleepy, that's all.
Yeah, we caught him playing policeman in our car.
Didn't you notice he was missing?
No, didn't you?
Suppose you left the door open again.
He's all right, is he?
Well, this has happened before, has it?
No, not exactly. No. Look, don't worry, it won't happen again. Thanks for bringing him back. Suppose we'd better get this little monster back to bed. Say bye-bye, monster.
Bye, Charles.
I'm on my way. I've got the present and mine's a large one. Okay. Yes, Ted, sorry. Yeah, understood.
Yeah, get some cigars to the box, right?
Upstairs, gentlemen, if you don't mind.
Stay away from Ellen Guthrie.
Why? Is there a law against it?
You should know.
Your dad wants me on the firm. I'd keep it sweet if I were you.
He wants you in his trophy case. You're a collector's item.
Yeah, priceless.
Look, I'm the money man, right? I sort the deals. Think very carefully on this one. It might not be a particularly healthy move. He'll have you in so deep, they'll need a shovel.
You got a visitor.
What's he doing here? She said he was in Brazil. That's where Helen sent the money, Brazil.
Was that the money from the job?
It looks like the lady's had her hand in the till.
Yeah, knows that, Burnside. I don't know nothing about no job. Anyway, off duty, remember?
I'm never off duty.
Right, who's sober?
Here's the man.
Come on, who's on the wagon?
He's having a song.
I'm not, I'm serious.
I'm on the tomato juice.
Right, come on, we've got work to do.
Well, tell me what I got for your birthday.
See you, Viv. Oh. Well, at least he remembered the present.
See you there, then. Bye, Skip.
It's just a job, remember?
Kid I feel sorry for, living in that dump. Chances he got there.
Come on, we're going to miss Viv's birthday cake.
There's cake. Why didn't you tell me?
But when I do, I don't follow through. 'Cause my heart belongs to Daddy. I may invite a boy some night to dine on my fine Finn and Hattie. But when I do...
Where are we going?
To a party.
Another party? I was just at a party. My party.
Must be your lucky night then.
Yes, my heart belongs to Daddy. Da 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 da.
Just made it in time. What we having, June? Usual?
Yeah, cheers.
Hey, here's the man himself. Hey!
Where is she then?
She's gone.
Gone where?
I don't know.
Where's the birthday girl?
Whisked away by the Flying Scotsman.
Our very own Capes Crusaders.
Seen the last of her, Alec.
Well, I reckon we should get stuck in then, don't you, eh?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Viv.
Way!
No, I mean, that's far too big.
What's about yours? No, it's about yours.
Get out of it!
I don't believe he's at the bar.
Just give me a bit.
I said the chicken's only got one leg. He said, what do you want to do? Eat it or dance with it?
So who's looking after the baby then?
My sister's over. Any objections? Leave it to her.
She'd better.
Hey, now listen, hey, now, coaches, one my time. What shot did that? I'm flying at you. Say the word. Right, that's better. Hey, where you going? Push! This way, no, it's over here. Oh, it's that way, right. Wait, hang on.
Say hello to your sister. I'd like to meet her sometime.
Billy, no worries. 5 months without a dicky bird. I'm not having that.
No trouble, eh?
I thought that's why I was invited.
Billy, this is an unexpected pleasure. Let me introduce you to Frank. Well, I thought you were soaking up the sun somewhere.
I've come to collect. Your money man owes me.
Now, this is a party, Billy. You know the rules. We don't mix business with pleasure, right? Excuse me.
Later then, yes? Private. I've been more than patient. I need my cut, my wings. I don't like the climate. It's getting too hot. Billy. 5 minutes, yes? Then I want my cut.
Billy, it's all settled. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand.
What's to understand? You owe me. And you? Yeah, whoever you are, I want a word. It's about you and my missus.
What about it?
She tells me you've been pestering.
She's got a dirty mouth.
I'm warning you. Don't.
Sort this outside. We don't want to break up the party, do we?
That'll do me.
My pleasure. I'm gonna grind you up, mate. Nobody touches my missus. Nobody.
You want to talk to Loverboy over there, the money man? Mind you, I wouldn't say no, but it's you I want.
That bitch set me up, didn't she?
What are you doing?
Guthrie! Right, make the call. Maximum effort.
Go.
What are you doing here?
Just returning some lost property. One Billy Guthrie.
See you back at the neck, Ted. Don't worry, I'll make your apologies.
Tell her I'll be in touch.
Oh, by the way, Vic, happy birthday.
Thanks, Guff. Aren't you coming?
I've got some unfinished business.
I'm sorry, Tosh. Haven't called me yet, have they?
No, you're fine, Kath.
Oh, the buses.
Be a while yet.
What was the extent of the damage?
Well, they smashed all her car windows, slashed all the seats, and gave a paintwork a wash with brake fluid.
And her flat?
They kicked the door in and turned the place upside down.
There's nothing stolen.
Apparently not.
So, what was the motive?
Well, hopefully East Drayton's CID will give us a couple of clues about that.
Mr. Polymore, on the afternoon in question, were you or were you not aware that the accused had a knife in his possession?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Mr. Polymore, you have just stated under oath that you were with Perry Fountain throughout that afternoon. Now, did you or did you not at any time see him with a knife in his possession?
I told you. I can't remember.
Oh, what about Frank Chalmers? Murder trial is a couple of days away. Kathy's a key witness. He's on remand, but Lenny's on the outside.
Yeah, worth a try, I suppose. Here, take the next to the left, then left again. What if Marshall's just getting her knickers in a twist over nothing?
No. Kathy's not the sort of girl who cries wolf simply because somebody kicks some milk bottles over.
Around here, doing people's paintwork and kicking their doors in is probably the local kids' idea of a practical joke. Here, I'll park him on the left then. Just there.
Some practical joke.
What a stunt.
What happened?
Well, Polymore claims he suffers from intermittent amnesia. The judge is looking at his medical records.
We're gonna have our work cut out here. Or at least you are.
I just want to get it over with.
Have you had breakfast?
Couldn't face it.
Right, come on. I'm buying. Come on.
We offered to get a couple of PCs over to help her clear up. I took her off to stay with friends last night.
So, you got any theories?
Well, Socko couldn't find any fingerprints. But we're having words with some of the local thugs. They might have found out she's in the job and decided to have a crack. We reckon they wanted to do her damage more than the flat.
How'd you work that out?
Well, they bought brake fluid for the car, but no spray cans to do the flat. They certainly didn't forget to bring a knife with them, though. We reckon they were hoping to find her in. The only other thing was this. Their Sockos say the boot marks look like the ones found near the car.
No coincidence, then?
Well, there must be 100 cars in this road, and 150 flats. What do you think?
Miss Jostling, can you please tell the court what was the first thing you saw when you looked from your window?
A policewoman. She got out of a car. A panda car.
And what else?
A fight. A lot of blokes punching and kicking.
Just punching and kicking?
Well, there was something.
She's cracking already.
I don't know. I'm not sure. It was all really quick, and I was a long way away. I live on the 17th floor.
Yeah? Frank, take a pew. The Kathy Marshall situation, Gov. Yeah. Looks like it's a bit more serious than just a few local yobs. Last night, between 6 and 11, someone came close to demolishing the place.
So are we looking for somebody with a grudge or somebody trying to pervert the course of justice?
Well, Kathy is a main witness in 2 trials. The Fountain trial's running at the moment.
When does the Chalmers trial come up at the Old Bailey?
Next month, Gov. Kathy's our key witness. She took a 999 from Denny Boyce just before he was killed. Said someone with a shotgun was trying to kick his door in. Clearly named Frank Chalmers. Kathy heard Boyce pleading with him. The next thing she hears is the gun going off.
So who'd want to keep him out of prison?
How about his brother, Lenny?
Well, there's good news and there's bad news, Kath. The good news is that it won't be long before you're called. But the bad news is that it looks like you're going to be the only decent witness.
Yeah? Well, it won't be the first time, will it?
We're looking for Lenny. Boss ain't in. Dave! What you gonna do with that? Len. No word.
Hello, Mr. Burnside. What do you want?
We're investigating a possible attempt to pervert the course of justice. A witness in your brother's murder trial has been harassed.
Nothing to do with me, mate.
When was the last time you visited your brother?
A couple of days ago. Been running errands for him, have you?
Like last night, for instance?
Yeah. He asked me to pop round, see how my mum and her sister-in-law were doing.
You didn't pop round and see anybody else last night, did you?
I left here about 5, picked up a bunch of flowers. Traffic was diabolical, so I got there about 6, watched the telly, left about 11, went straight home, all right?
I don't suppose there's anybody apart from your mother who can substantiate your story?
It's not a story. And yeah, there is somebody who can substantiate it. My sister-in-law. Carol, would you like to tell these nice policemen where I was last night?
Of course, you came to our house.
What time is that?
just after the news, about 6 o'clock.
And you spent all night together, did you?
Not all night. Lem went home at 11 o'clock. I'm sure his wife will tell you.
Satisfied? We'll be making further inquiries.
Upon arrival at 15:04, I parked on the parking area in between Beanoak House and Wilcott House. Close to the garage area, I saw approximately 12 youths involved in a fight. I called for urgent assistance and proceeded with caution in the direction of the fight. One of the youths produced a knife from his pocket and used it to stab another youth several times in quick succession in the face and the stomach. The victim fell to the ground, whereupon his attacker stabbed him twice more in the back. As I called urgently for an ambulance to the scene, the fighting ceased and the youths dispersed. I went to attend to the victim until further police officers and an ambulance arrived.
And could you identify the youth you say you saw carry out that attack?
I could.
Is that person present in this courtroom?
Yes, he's sitting in the dock.
Sir, I'd like to advise the DAC and have Cathy Marshall move to temporary accommodation until this is all over.
I agree. No problem, Derek. Right, sir. Yes, come in. Yes, Frank, what can I do for you?
Regarding the Cathy Marshall case, sir, I'd like to ask the prison governor if I can talk to Frank Chalmers later today.
Yes, no problem. Any difficulties, let me know, will you?
Thank you, sir.
Constable Marshall, you said that there were approximately a dozen youths involved in the fighting.
Yes.
Approximately a dozen. So there could have been, say, 15 or 20, perhaps.
No, not 20. There may have been as many as 15, but I'd say nearer 12.
15 people involved in a mass flurry of activity. Very difficult circumstances in which to clearly identify a particular individual and then to clearly ascertain his exact movements. Wouldn't you agree?
No, I wouldn't.
For how long would you say you observed the brawl before it dispersed?
About a minute.
And during this time, you say you made 2 calls on your radio?
That's correct.
Constable, could you tell the jury, please, what was the weather like on the day in question, the 4th of October?
It was dull.
And the distance from the parking area to the garages is how far, would you say?
About 30 metres.
Would you say that the action of a punch is identical to that of a stab?
There are similarities, but one involves the use of a knife.
Indeed. Similar actions. So, at 4 minutes past 3, on a dull afternoon in October, at a distance of almost 100 feet, amongst the hurly-burly of a mass scuffle, whilst using your radio set, you say you were able not only to clearly identify my client, but also to register his exact action. That is what you're saying, is it?
No.
Perhaps you would clarify to the court exactly what you are saying, Constable.
The same as I gave in evidence earlier. That I proceeded from the parking area towards the fight. When Perry Fountain pulled out the knife and stabbed the victim, I was within 10 metres of him.
What's happened to your coat?
No, this kind of intimidation's out of Fountain's league, Gov. Whoever tailed her to the court had tailed her home. Knew a bit about her. Kath. Have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
We won't keep you long. I know you've got a lot of sorting out to do.
Yeah. Property Services have organised a temporary flat.
Good.
Right. Well, the situation is, the leads we've had on this inquiry have all drawn a blank, so we're looking for a new angle. Have you got any ideas, Kath?
Not really, sir.
Can you think of anyone who might be holding a grudge? Someone from the past, maybe?
Well, over the years, I've nicked hundreds of villains.
Yeah, of course. But leaving the job aside for a sec, Kath,
We were thinking more in terms of someone closer to home.
Like my ex-husband. Wouldn't come within 10 miles, not after last time.
No, of course not. How about more recent relationships?
What do you want me to do, give you a list?
No, just simply people you've known who might have a motive.
And have my private life circulated all round CID?
Yeah, all right, Kath. Look, I know this is very difficult for
Then
you.
don't ask, sir. It's not someone who knows me, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, well, we have to be sure. It could help us to catch the culprit.
If you want to know who I'm going out with, there's no one. I haven't had a boyfriend in ages.
How about casual acquaintances?
I haven't slept with anyone in ages. Is that all right, sir?
Are the other rooms okay, then?
No, but I'll sort it out. Do you want a cup of tea or coffee?
Well, I'll have a cup of coffee if there are any cups left.
Whatever's easiest, Kath.
Well, I'm sure I can find something, even if it's only 3 flower pots, eh?
Come on, then, let's sort some of this stuff out anyway. Scannell's answer to the Lone Ranger, eh, Dave? Look, do you want us to sort things out, or what?
Well, you could run Hoover over for me, eh? No, I wouldn't want to stretch your ego that far. Look, I'll just go and chuck a few things in a bag, eh?
Gas me for that coffee.
Sorry, lads, I'm all out.
No tea either?
Easy with me. She's had her own too, you know what
People that Lenny saw this morning. Yourself, me, a couple of his oppos, and his sister-in-law dropped by. That's it.
He says he was doing his books all morning.
Hardly the most believable alibi in the world. Right. While Ted and I go and talk to Frank Chalmers, you go and see his mother. Check Lenny's alibi for last night. And then when you've done that, get onto East Drayton. Find out if they've discovered anything new. Give them a description of Lenny in his car. You never know. One of the neighbours might have seen him lurking around.
Right, Gov.
Yeah, got it. Thanks, guys.
Sure you're going to be all right, Kath?
Snug as a bug, Barry. Make sure I got some coffee next time.
Yeah, well, mind how you go, Kath, yeah? We'll see you tomorrow, all right?
Go on.
Evening. I'm Detective Inspector
Cut that crap, Burnside.
I've advised my client to say nothing.
Well, why don't you wait until you hear what we've got to say?
We're investigating a possible attempt to pervert the course of justice. A witness in your impending murder trial has been harassed.
Oh, don't look at me. I've been stuck in here for the last 10 months.
Now, you listen. I know what's occurring. You know what's occurring. So just stop winding us up, all right?
Inspector Burnside, I must protest. You are abusing your authority by making these kinds of unsubstantiated allegations.
It's what they do best.
If it continues, then I shall make a complaint.
Okay. Let's cool this down a bit, shall we? Now, from where we're sitting, it looks as though somebody is out to do you a big favor. Now, who would want to do that? You say Lenny wouldn't. So who else is that desperate to keep you out of jail? I mean, someone who cares about you so much, they'd wreck an apartment and go around slashing people's clothes.
Kathy, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, Eureka.
I heard about your flat and everything. Look, I've got to fly, but if you want anything, you will let me know, won't you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Kath,
See, Kath.
what brings you here?
Oh, I just came to pick up something from my locker, Sudge.
I tried to call you earlier.
Must have been out buying coffee or something.
Yeah, of course. Look, I've got the Chief Inspector on my tail. I'll give you a call later, all right?
Right, I'll be in all evening, Sergeant.
Hey, Kath, have you heard? Fountain got 5 years. His defence folded. Jury gave a unanimous decision.
Terrific.
Hey, Kath, I thought you'd be pleased.
Yeah, he gets 5 years and I get to live in a strange flat looking over my shoulder for the rest of my life. Oh, that's justice, Tosh.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't look at it that way. We will get these, Nutter.
Yeah, and what if you don't? We've all got good intentions, but basically when it comes down to it, I'm on my own, aren't I?
Look, I know this probably isn't the right place, but, how do you fancy a drink? It's my round.
Yeah, with a pub full of coppers treating me like an injured pet.
No, I meant a quiet drink. Just me and you.
I don't know. I'm just not thinking rationally. I came to pick up my truncheon, Tosh. I think my bottle's going.
You go and put your truncheon back. I'll go and get my car, and I'll see you around the front in a couple of minutes. All right?
All right.
Yeah, and don't worry.
Kathy, how's the temporary flat?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Good. Well, if there's anything we can do.
Thank you, sir.
Whenever.
DC Dashwood?
Sure.
Oh, right. I don't suppose I got the registration number. It is pretty distinctive.
No, whenever it's convenient, we'll
Oh,
put it out.
right. What about the driver?
Mm-hmm.
A woman? Sounds a bit iffy to me.
Are you going to be...
At first, I just felt numb. Now I just feel full of anger. I can't help it.
Whoever did it is obviously a slag. You're bound to feel angry with them.
No, not with them. I'm angry with myself. Because I've been trained not to show anything. But when I went back today to my flat and saw it all turned over, all my personal things, you know, photographs, letters, underwear, everything. Do you know what I felt? I felt sick, physically sick. I was with Dave and Barry and I could hear them larking about in the other room, so I pretended everything was fine. Because that's what you do if you're a good copper, isn't it? You pretend. You don't let anything show. Not anger or fear or love. Oh, God, Tosh, why do we do it?
Because we believe in it, I suppose.
Yep. I'm sorry. You're a good listener.
You've got nothing to be sorry about, Kath. Everybody needs somebody to talk to. Look, I'm afraid I've got to be off. I was serious about the camp bed, but our place is like a madhouse. But it's up to you.
Thanks, I'm fine. I just wanted a good moan, that's all.
Well, let me give you a lift to the flat, then.
No, really, I'm much better now. Anyway, it's not far. Fresh air will do me good.
Yeah, see ya. Oh, sir, could I have a word? I got a call from East Drayton a while back. One of Kathy Marshall's neighbours saw a car similar to Lenny Chalmers hanging around the flats last night. They didn't get a registration number, but thought the driver might have been a woman.
Her maiden name's Carol Slater. Shoplifting, 2 counts of fraud, psychiatric history. Tried to kill her mother when she was 13.
27 Hathaway Court, break-in. Informants...
Can you get a unit to Canley Road? It's urgent. Kathy Marshall.
Trouble?
We think Carol Chalmers is after her.
Quinlan and Stringer were in that area 3 minutes ago, sir. Post office in Philby Avenue.
Sierra Oscar 8-4 from Sierra Oscar. You receiving?
Get him to turn round, find her, and stay with her. It's 51 Sopwith Gardens.
Carol Chalmers, that's Frank Chalmers' wife.
History of mental instability. She could be armed. I'm going to warn Monroe. And Bob, the phone number's there. Make sure she doesn't let anybody in.
Right.
Which floor?
10, please.
Same as me. Sorry. I think I've locked myself out. I couldn't use your phone, could I? I just want to phone my husband. He's got the other keys. Sorry.
I'd better answer that. Hang on a minute, will you?
On second thoughts, you better leave it, Kathy.
I said leave it!
Do you know me?
No.
I know you. Kathy Marshall. PC Kathy Marshall, that's you, innit?
Put the knife down, eh?
I'm Carol. Carol Chalmers. Frank Chalmers' wife.
Right, Carol, put the knife down.
This won't help Frank. Think about it, Carol. If you hurt me, you'll be hurting Frank. I can't change what happens, you can. But only if you put down the knife.
Come on.
Kath, you all right?
Drop the knife. I said drop it. Keep the bloody door in there.
Hold still. You all right, Kath?
Carol Chalmers, I'm arresting you for assault. You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so. But if you do say, maybe give it a notice.
Bitch!
Charming.